Now it's probably 2008, like maybe 2008. And in Tampa, you had this lady, and they call it self-employment, where she was filing everyone tax returns. And if you got 2 kids, you get back like $5,000. And each year you get the same thing. Well, it go up from the earned income credit. So like if I owned a restaurant and I clean, that's self-employment. So you're going to pay me in cash. There was no way for the government at the time to know if you're lying on that W-2 form or whatever the form was that was being filed.
1040.
Yes, 1040. That's exactly what it was. It was no way for them to see that you're lying, because how are you going to tell me that I'm not making $15,000 cleaning? Because at this time, we didn't have to send in, what was it, a form A, B, C. One of them go to the IRS, one go to the employer.
Yeah, the employer's filing one with the IRS, giving you one, filing one with their taxes.
Yes. So we're not doing that. We just electronically filing them, the lady at the time. And
that's spreading throughout the projects where people are knowing, hey, I got 3 kids, I can get back.
Oh, you got the kids? You got people with 3 kids. You're only getting money back from 2 kids, but that 3rd child, they're selling that child for like $1,000.
Right.
Because you're getting the money from the earned income credit. And
selling the Social Security number.
Yes.
Not the kid.
Yes, the Social Security. Well, yeah, selling it. Yeah. So we doing that. Like every year I got this guarantee $5,000. And I'm like, that's a lot of money for me because, I'm not a addict or anything. So I get my little side hustles. I got my little men, I ain't gonna call them pen pals because we're not in prison, but we called them tricks at the time. Where you get the little older man, just take care of you for your rent, take them out, probably do a little something here and there, but you good. So I was good. I had a sheriff.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had my sheriff. I get my little taxes. My sheriff give me my little allowance every week, a couple $100, and I'm okay. But it wasn't enough for me because this lady is getting paid, I think we're paying her $1,000 out of our $5,000. But she messed up. She gave us our packet that had our sign-in information on there from TurboTax.
Right.
I'm like, hold on. I got on there, went to read in every form she did, and then I filed somebody, and I got the money. I'm like, oh, okay.
So what do? You just go to like a friend of a friend or just some friend and say, listen?
It's just a word of mouth. It's Tampa. You're talking fraud is becoming, it done moved from Miami, Atlanta, California. Like it's just word of mouth. Just like the drug game. Right. When you find the plug, it's just word of mouth. And she was doing everybody. You're talking a lady out the projects riding around in a Range Rover type stuff. It's just stupid. So everybody know. But for her to give us, the game is to be sold, not told. You put the game in my hand because you was so.
She thought she had the market cornered. She didn't think anybody was going to come in and take it from her.
Yes. So I went to reading. Keep in mind, I'm reading all this with my 7th grade education level. And I'm like, okay, yes, no. Let me do a fake one on my. So I asked my sister, I'm like, hey, can I file you for self-employment? She was like, I ain't gonna go to jail, am I? I'm like, nah, I've been doing it for years. I ain't in jail. Like the lady been filing me.
Right.
And I did it. And the money came back. So I told all my friends, like, we don't gotta go through her no more. Y'all just give me $500 because she charging $1,000.
Right.
It was over. I started doing the self-employment.
But you're only, to me, when you're doing that, there's only like maybe 3 months out of the year that you can do that.
You have October, no, that's where people get it confused at. Through the store, you have like January to April. Electronically, you have to October, all the way to October. So you're talking October.
So you're filing like for the previous year, you're saying?
You're filing the previous year. So you got October, November, December, January. It's just 4 months of no filing. Mm-hmm. It's 8 months of filing electronically.
So what are you doing during those months? You're just
the whole 8
stacked.
months.
Oh,
The whole 8 months. You're filing you can file electronically at the time. Now we're talking 2000 and back then. You can file electronically online, but when you go to a store, you know how they have the date, like you got to have your taxes filed by April 15th. Yeah, through the store, but electronically you don't have to.
Okay.
And you can always mail the paperwork in. Like you can mail it in and they release the money.
So what are they doing? Are they putting it on a debit card
They're putting
or
it on debit cards or direct deposit? At this time in 2006, nobody not knowing about debit cards.
right?
We know about the TurboTax debit cards because they're coming straight off the site. But now as the fraud progress, they advertising H&R Block cards, Green Dot cards, Tax Act cards, like all of these different sites are coming with cards. Right. But with those cards, it's coming with a routing number and an account number.
And at this time, the IRS isn't putting 2 and 2 together, right? Because I know now, like if you try and give them a Green Dot card or something, they're like, no, we have to have like a national bank, or we have to have certain banks, and there's certain cards they won't deposit it on. But I know that took 5, 6, 7, 8 years of doing this before they finally said no, and then they start putting out the PIN numbers, and then so I mean, at this time, you're saying whatever you sent them,
they're going through.
They're putting it on it.
I can put you. I'm Rashia Wilson. I can put Matthew Cox.
Yeah.
Tax return on Rashia Wilson's prepaid TurboTax card.
And they'll send it to you.
And they will sending it to you. So you're think about it. I'm getting 50, 60, 70,000 loaded onto a card.
Even though you don't even have my real information. You don't have my real taxes even.
No, but I have your social. Now you can't play with the IRS. The social definitely got to match the birthday and everything like that.
Right.
But you're giving me permission. I'm not stealing your identification.
Right.
You're giving me permission because we're talking self-employment at the time. Like you're giving it to me because you're paying me $500.
Right. I'm
not getting paid the big money yet.
But these people are never even filing their own taxes.
They're never filing the taxes
because they're already living like in the projects. They're not really claiming any money anyway.
Right. So imagine driving down the street, you see a homeless person. Hey, let me get your information. I'm gonna give you $500 because now I have to put the kids on there. I have to do all of that. So I'm gonna give you $500 because you're only getting the money for real for the earned income credit.
Right.
Which is the kids. Okay. But I got to pay this person for the kid, this person for the kids. The most people were selling their kids for I seen was $1,200. But of course, when you somebody in the projects that has like 8 kids, here you can get it for $500. But I'm getting like maybe $2,000 per child.
Right.
Because it was like $5,500 at the most that you was getting off self-employment. And then I got a homeless guy on the thing. You got $500. I'm paying the kids. So that's a total of probably, I'm going to say $1,500.
Right. And you're getting $5,000 back.
I'm getting $3,500 back. Yes. Right.
So I mean, at some point, is it always, do you continue to do it connected with the kids, or at some point, because I knew guys that it wasn't the kids, they start taking all kinds of tax credits, and they're just saying, hey, you made this much. Actually, they started doing it with W-2s, saying the guy had paid in $14,000, the IRS, you owe him, and but he's got 2 kids, or he's whatever, you owe him $7,000. They just cutting him checks for $7,000, $8,000, $4,000.
Right. So back in 2006, 7, 8, around this time, self-employment was what was popping.
Right.
Okay. You have to have kids in order for the money, because you're getting paid for your earned income credit, which is for the kids.
Right.
Because the self-employment, they're not really taking out taxes.
Right. That you can't tell them, hey, I paid you guys $20,000 in taxes last year. I need $12,000 back because you didn't pay them shit.
Exactly.
So
but you can't make that much. You couldn't make over $15,000.
Okay.
So $20,000, you probably only was gonna get back $3,000 with 2 kids. You can't make more than $15,000 to $16,000. Self-employed. Now, every scheme come to an end. Now with self-employment, as the year, now we're talking 2008. I'm gonna say 8. They want you to send in all these papers. They want proof of kids. They want this. So it's like, well, okay. They coming out with the PIN numbers where you got to put the 4-digit PIN. And I'm like, okay, well, that's that.
That's drying up.
That's drying up. Every scheme come to an end. Hey, you can get $7,500 back for a first-time home buyer. I'm like, what's that? A friend of mine said. They said, get on there. And they told me how to do it. Now we're getting $7,500 back for first-time home buyers. So you got all those informations from these previous years that you filed. So what we're going to do now, we're going to file all these homeless people for first-time home buyer. And they was releasing the money. We don't need no kids. We don't even got to pay nobody. So the $7,500 is all yours.
Yeah, I was thinking of the homeless people. So I used to survey homeless people.
Mm-hmm.
Only I give them like $25.
Mm-hmm.
I give like, you know what I'm saying? Like $20. I'd be like, and I told them, I made a little statistical survey form for surveys.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk around and say, hey, would you mind taking a survey? We're trying to determine where we place our next homeless facility. I made a little badge that said statistical surveyor. And they'd be like, no, I'm not interested. I go, it pays $20 cash right now. You can give me $20 right now. I go, right now.
And they
so,
do it.
Oh, of course. They give me all their information. I'd be like, here's your $20. See you. And I'd go order their birth certificate, order their social security card, order their high school transcripts. I'd make it a lease in their name, go in the DMV, get a driver's license in their name. So I was thinking, you're paying them $500. Like you're being extremely generous.
That's
a horrible thing to say, but $500, bro. Like, I mean, I'm because they didn't keep in mind too. The great thing about that is for me, they didn't know they just got scammed. They think I'm just taking a survey for $20. This guy's a statistical surveyor, and they would give me the information. And they just think, oh, I just filled out a survey. And so if somebody asked them 2 years later, hey, how'd this guy get your information? They'd have no clue.
right.
But with
Right.
you, you're like, man, that was that chick. She gave me $500. They're going to remember $500. Nobody's handing out $500. But yeah, so.
But it's like the homeless people in, like, I don't know, I hate to say this, but I never seen it. I mean, I'm sure it's possible where a homeless person can clean up, but I really never seen a homeless person clean up.
Oh,
so it's like
in the comment section, when I tell my story, in the comment section, I can't tell you how many people are like, that poor guy, you ruined his career. Because listen, I borrow like $1 million in these guys' names. I get $1 million, $2 million. I borrow 5 mortgages. I get personal loans. I get a 40, 50,000 in personal loans. Like And guys are always like, what if he cleans his life up? Stop it, bro. He's not cleaning his life up.
Right.
The guy's schizophrenic or he's an alcoholic. You could even ask him. One of my questions was, when was the last time you were gainfully employed working a full-time job? And they were like, God, like 8-10 years ago. And then I'd ask them, what do you believe within the next 2 years you will be gainfully employed? I never had one guy say yes. You know what they would do? They look around and they go, nah, bro, this is it for me.
That's what I'm saying. So why do we get so much time when it comes to
like, yeah, or they were victims. They're all I got a list of victims.
But
I give this guy, I give him $20.
We helped them.
I'm doing you a favor.
Right.
Like people helping people.
Right. You gave him 25.
The judge didn't see it like that, by the way.
Why?
He was very
We
disappointed.
just bought them some clothes. You bought them some water, a meal. I done bought some clothes.
Yeah.
Like, but
yeah, I think he went and they probably went and bought a 6-pack and,
right. Right.
But $500, those guys might have OD'd. God knows, you might have bodies out there.
Oh God, I probably killed somebody, right?
So what? So you've got it now. You're doing the first time home buyer.
Yes.
I mean, are you slowly becoming better and better at? Well, one, you said it slowly started to dry up because they start figuring it out. But 2, are you getting better and better at understanding how filing taxes works?
I'm getting better at learning new schemes because I'm just getting on the computer, pushing a number in, and it's saying your refund will be direct deposited on Wednesday. I'm like, oh, so I'm just every day, 24 hours.
So if it says that there's an issue, are you going back and altering things to try and make it say that?
Yes. If it says rejected because the social don't match. There was ways. I had a few connections. Like when I say connections, IRS workers, DMV workers, postal workers, I had connections. So I was able to go in or speak to my people to make sure I didn't do nothing wrong, or is there a letter off, or is there a number off or something? Because it'll be like the social don't match the name. Well, dang, it was matching, like, or this the information that I have. So it'll be something that was wrong and I'll go back in and fix it. If I couldn't fix it, I couldn't fix it. But you know how many student loans I paid? Do you know how many child supports I paid? I'm filing people that has child support and it'd be like, due to child support fines or payment, like the whole refund was getting taken. But it's part of the game. So I helped somebody again, like, and I still.
You're doing God's work.
Right.
Yeah, I would get the guys stuff and go into the DM. Well, I'd order their like their driving record, right? And get it, and they'd be $600. They'd have an unpaid ticket from like 4 years ago for $600.
Right.
I go pay the ticket. I got to get a driver's license in the guy's name.
Right.
I had one guy, Gary Sullivan. People know this name because I borrowed like 1.3 million in his name. Gary Sullivan had roughly probably 20,000 in medical debt when I pulled his credit. I was like, fuck. So I negotiated. I paid it all off. I don't know if I got for 10 or 15,000, but I paid like 15 grand to pay off his medical debt because it was affecting my ability to get him a mortgage.
Right.
You know, now granted, I did run his debt up to, you know, over $1 million, but still I did pay off the medical. You know, he could have cleaned that up. He could have, yeah.
But you helped them out.
I mean, he seemed happy.
Right. You don't got to pay.
He didn't come to my sentencing.
So he didn't testify.
No, he's not. He didn't say anything. I've never heard from him. As you're learning more and more, are you making more and more? Or you're just getting, and at this point too, people are now like telling other people, like,
when a friend,
yeah,
go to her.
You want to make $500 right now?
Oh no, price is different now. So now we're talking 2008 going into 2009. I'm doing this fraud. Everybody want a piece of the money. Once again, it don't even matter. Okay, well, put me down as a first-time home buyer too. So I'm doing all of those things. I'm getting people back. I forgot at that time how much was I charging them when it's their name, because I know eventually you're gonna owe. You're gonna owe for this home buyer. You're not gonna owe for the other stuff.
All right.
So I thought, well, I don't think nobody owed, but that I think I made a lot, but it wasn't where I profit a lot off each return. You know what I mean? Like versus I can do the self-employment, pay out $1,500, make $35. Because these people are real people and they're going to end up owing. So I think I was probably getting $2,000 maybe and giving them $5,500 because it was $7,500 at the time. But I was okay with that.
All right.
Because you got the real people and you got all those people that are already filed, like the homeless people. So I was good. I'm great. It ain't no more stealing no clothes. It ain't no more selling my body. It ain't no more none of that. We entering 2029. Now I got to do something different. I'm going to open up me a business.
Wait.
Now, hey, dividends is in. You push this number in, I'm putting the dividends in, and they say, look, I'm getting 6,000 just playing with these numbers. Well, where you get the figures from? A friend of mine said, I know you probably like, well, who told you? A friend, this Tampa. Everybody's trying something new. Every time one scheme dry up, they just starting something new on the same site, same turbo, same tax slayer, H&R block tax, anything that has to do with taxes, Tampa. Now I'm just playing with the numbers. I don't even know what I'm putting in. I don't know the percentages, 7th grade education level. I don't know shit. I'm just putting the numbers in. Your refund will be direct deposited. I'm like, for $9,000? Hell no. Friday, I'm getting 100,000 dropped on one card. I'm like, 100,000 on this card, 100,000 on that card. Unbelievable. Railroad, the retirement. So now we're in 2011, 2011. What's the IV, the form? It got an I on there. IV. It's another form on the TurboTax site. And now we have W-2s on the TurboTax site.
Okay.
So now it's 2010, and we're doing like it's just always word of mouth. Everything is always word of mouth. And we done did the railroad, we done did the dividends, we done did every form there is on TurboTax, but now we haven't tried W-2.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how it was. Like, if you worked and you had a W-2 form, I'm going to take your numbers off that W-2. I know that you're getting, what, $9,000 with one child. So I'm going to get your numbers. I'm going to put your company on there, the same company, or make up a company with an EIN number, which was easy to get. Put it on the form, put those numbers in, and I'm getting that tax return. And we started doing that. But it started because my friend, she was doing it, and she was getting back like $2,000. Any money that came, it was a plus. It was a plus. So she's getting back $2,000. I'm like, let's try to play with these numbers. If you can get $2,000, we can probably get $5,000. Did it? The $5,000 come back. If I can get $5,000, I can get $7,000. Put it in, it came back. If we can get $7,000, let's keep it under 10.
Right.
My favorite number was 9987. So I got this one set of numbers that brought back 9987. Put it in, I'm getting 9987 back. Loaded onto one card. I can do 10 people. Remember, I'm getting these ledgers of names from doctors, government workers.
Right.
We're paying for names probably $2,500 a page, and for each identification, we're getting $9,000 off each name. So it's a win. And somebody say, like, try Ancestry.com. I'm like, what do you mean, Ancestry? They say dead people. I said, you can't file dead people, because I have filed a name that was on a ledger, and it'll say, this person is deceased.
Right.
So you can't file dead people. They say you can file dead people. They have to die within 30 days. I'm like, for real? They say you get on there, though, try to use uncommon last names. So don't use a Wilson, don't use a Cox. Use a uncommon last name or a Spanish last name, because a lot of the people, Spanish people, they work, but a lot of them don't file taxes.
Okay.
I'm like, huh? They say.
So you know how they're getting notified? The IRS is getting notified because when you die and they go to embalm you or do whatever they're going to do at the funeral home, they're going to get your Social Security number, and they file with the IRS or Social Security, and they tell Social Security, hey, this person died, and they get the $250 death benefit, and that's how they know that you're dead. That's why it takes some time before they file that paperwork. That's probably
so they can get their $250.
Yeah.
But in the middle of them making their $250,
you've got a gap period.
Yes.
Where I don't know how long they hold it. Maybe they hold it for 2 months, or maybe I don't know. But I know that's how they get notified. That's why
Right.
I was thinking. That's why sometimes you could have done it years later, because they never. Because you're saying if they're Hispanic, they're not going to file for that benefit.
right.
If they've never filed, or if they've never paid in taxes, their
Right.
family or the home, or if it was, I would assume the government would also do it too, though. But anyway.
Or when I learned, or when it was taught to me, because the game is always taught, sold, however, if they died within 30 days, all of the tax returns is going through. It's going through.
Yeah, they haven't filed anything yet. It's
Yes.
put in the system.
So I started just filing dead people, and it was like the money was just like,
And they're showing up on Ancestry that quick?
it's showing up on Ancestry. That's you type in. You used to type in the month. You put the last. You can search by last name. You can search by source. You can search by a lot of different things. At the time, I haven't been on there. I don't even want to look at the site no more. But you can put the death month, because some people, they looking for their loved ones or somebody, they trying to see if they're dead. So you search in the month when you think that, or the year or the time frame when you think they died. So I put it in 30 days, always 30 days. Print out all those names and put them in. And they was coming back. And I'm like, this is unbelievable. Like, this can't be happening. Like, it's coming back. So now we're using the TurboTax cards. We're using the H&R Block cards, where I can get someone to go into the store. Now, H&R Block cards, you have to go in the store. So you know who I was picking up, right? Our buddies, the homeless people.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have to send them to the store.
That's horrible.
Now they wasn't getting $500. Now they was getting probably $20, $30, $40, just depending on how generous I was at the time. And they have to go to the store. They go inside H&R Block, apply for a prepaid card, bring it out to me. I wasn't afraid that the new card would come to their address and anything, because
Have an address.
they don't have an address. And half of the addresses, I give them the address. I never activate the other card, because I'm not doing credit card fraud, and I'm not going into a store that has somebody's name on the card. You know the card that I use? Preferred customer. When you go in there, they give you the preferred customer card with the routing number and the account number. No name on the card. You understand? So if I go in Gucci or something, and they'd be like, okay, well, show me your ID. Here. Yeah. It's preferred customer. Like, it's no name on the card. I'm waiting.
No way for them to verify it.
Exactly. Because it's legit. I got the PIN number. But I was able to do that. And I remember one time me and my friends, we rented a van and we rode to Atlanta, because Atlanta got one of the biggest like Salvation Armies ever, with all the homeless people out there. So we got us a van. I took them to every H&R Block. I got one day, it was like a weekend. I'll send 20 of them in here at different times. Go get me a card, bring it out, got the account number, route number. Went to Atlanta, got a whole bunch of cards, came home. Not even came home. I was there with my laptop too, loading them up. And it was just like, the money just was like.
I was just going to say that. How much money is this scam bringing into this?
This scam is bringing in, whoa.
Look at it in a month.
A month?
We're talking about like 100,000?
What? What is that?
Chump change?
That's chump change. Let's say
$500,000?
Probably $500,000. But you got to think about it too. When you're scheming or you scamming, everything comes to a stop. So if I got this H&R Block card where right now I can go to the ATM machine and withdraw $4,500 out in cash. Mm. That was H&R Block. They're going to eventually stop it, or they're going to start locking the cards, because now you got Cox, Wilson, Williams, Jake. You got all these different last names direct deposited onto this one H&R Block card, which is supposed to be just for you. So they'll block the card.